Millie. It seems Rufus is in trouble with the GDC.
Don't surprise me. What's he supposed to have done now, then?
Apparently, they're charging him with saying inappropriate things about the council.
He's been doing that for years. What's taken him so long to get round to it?
I hear another registrant has taken exception to something he said and told the GDC. So he's been called up to appear before a disciplinary committee.
So you're telling me a dozen unelected pen pushers in Wimpole Street who give the impression they know sod all about dentistry decide to waste a fortune of our money deciding if Dr. Fideo might have said a naughty word?
Gosh, I hadn't thought of it like that.
Right, Bingo. What's the first case today, then?
Let's see. Ah, here we are. It's a disciplinary case against some ghastly oik called Rufus Fideo.
I think I've heard that name somewhere. Right, let's have him up. If you would kindly read out the charges, Mr. Bragg.
It's been brought to the notice of the council that on a number of occasions this absolute Shah made remarks about the council and its members that might be construed as being defamatory in nature, and that this might undermine public confidence or even bring the profession into disrepute. On one occasion, the bounder referred to the council as the worst regulator since the dawn of time, run by a bunch of half-wits who couldn't find their arse if you gave them a mirror on a stick. And on another occasion, the rotter actually referred to certain unnamed members of the council as, and I hope you'll excuse my use of the word, Your Honour, wankers.
These are indeed very serious charges, Mr. Fideo. Do you have anything to say for yourself? As I see, you don't seem to have found anyone to represent you.
On the contrary, Your Honour, I shall be representing Dr. Fideo.
Evelyn?
It's Miss Gilvary, Your Honour, and my client will vigorously dispute the scurrilous claims made against him. I shall demonstrate to the court that he is innocent of all the charges.
Really? And on what grounds might that be, Evelyn? Miss Gilvary?
On the grounds that firstly, he did not commit the offence with which he is charged, and secondly, that what he is alleged to have said is in fact true. As I'm sure Your Honour is aware, that in law a person cannot be deemed to have committed an offence of defamation if it can be shown that what has been said is demonstrably true.
Well, I'm sure we're all eager to hear what the defence has to say, Miss Gilvary.
With regard to the first allegation, I would like to show the court the clip in which the offence is deemed to have taken place.
Have you heard? The protection societies are advising dentists not to be overly critical of the GDC. What? You mean we've got to stop saying they're the worst regulator since the dawn of time, run by a bunch of half-wits who couldn't find their arse if you gave them a mirror on a stick? Or something like that, I suppose.
I think you will agree, Your Honour, that my client did not in fact actually make the disparaging remarks about the council members that have been alleged. Indeed, it is quite clear from the video that he said such remarks would be inappropriate to say. Now, turning to the charge of alleged defamation, I would like to call Mr. Augustus Fittleworth. Are you Augustus Fittleworth?
Absolutely, but call me Gussie.
And I believe, Mr. Fittleworth, you are a member of the General Dental Council.
Rather.
Mr. Fittleworth, a simple yes or no answer would suffice.
Righto.
Mr. Fittleworth, I'd like to take you back to your school days.
Ah, school. Fire away.
Mr. Fittleworth, when you were at school, did you ever indulge in self-abuse?
I should jolly well say so. Before a rugger match, I'd stand in front of the mirror in the changing room and say, "Now pull yourself together, Fittleworth, you absolute arsehole. You just go out there and kick the shit out of those grammar school oiks."
No, that's not what I meant. Let me put it another way. Does anything leap to mind when I say, did you ever have intimate relations with Mrs. Hand and her 5 lovely daughters?
No, sorry, you've lost me there. You couldn't make it leap a little higher, could you?
Mr. Fittleworth, when you were at school, did you ever whack off?
Beating the bishop, you mean? Oh, yes, all the time. Chaps used to have competitions. I remember we used to play the biscuit game. Group of chaps would stand around.
Yes, I think we've heard enough, Mr. Fittleworth. No further questions, Your Honour.
Mr. Bragg?
What? No questions, Your Honour. What, Bingo? Didn't recognise you in that get-up. What have you come as? A footman?
You may go, Mr. Fittleworth. I have to say, I'm completely lost for words, Miss Gilvary.
I think the words you're searching for, Your Honour, are Case dismissed.